Hi everyone, welcome back to Raise to Rise podcast, a place where we discuss bite-sized wisdom nuggets with easy-to-follow practices to live a better life. Raise to Rise podcast is supported by Ayurvedic Seva. Ayurvedic Seva is an herbal dietary supplement line set out to change the industry by dedicating the company to quality, safety, and holistic approach on making the wellness journey safe, healthy, and natural. If you want to start adding some natural herbs in your diet, then head over to ayurvedicseva.com and use our promo code RAISE2RISE for 30% discount. Once again, head over to ayurvedicseva.com and use our promo code RAISE2RISE for 30% discount. I am your host, Mital Patel, a parenting junkie, Ayurveda enthusiast, and an advocate of conscious living. They say a man is literally what he thinks. Let's put it this way. Can a plant spring without a seed? I'm assuming you all said no. Similarly, every act that we do springs from these hidden seeds of thought. Can you guess our today's topic from this? That's right. Are thoughts important? Let me just rephrase my question. Could the thoughts you're having be more important than the food you're eating? I'm quite serious because we rely so heavily on our eyes and our eyes cannot see our thoughts. So most of us don't even regard them as all that important. But could your mind or consciousness be affecting your body more than the food you eat? It's a great food for thought, isn't it? See, the body doesn't know the difference between you thinking something and that something actually happening. This is the power of our mind. Are you following? Yes? Great. So, thoughts, just like food, have to be digested. We have to process them. When we process information, it leaves us with something useful that will be assimilated and something not so useful that needs to be eliminated, just like what Ayurveda says about digestion. This process is very clear when we take in food. We assimilate and we eliminate. But because we rely so heavily on our eyes and we can't see our thoughts, it's just not as clear as it should be. Some of us rely so heavily on our eyes. In fact, we think we are our bodies. No. We are so much more than that. And some of us even think we live in the external world. But we don't. We live in our minds. And our mind can either be our friend or our enemy. It can be a place of freedom or imprisonment. You get to choose. And of all the beautiful truths, one is that we are the master of our thought, the molder of our character, and the maker and the shaper of our destiny. If you want to be healthy, if you want to feel good and live in a way that makes you happy, you need to talk to yourself in a loving way and you need to have a happy thoughts. And I literally mean this. It's this simple. Start noticing yourself. Look at how you talk to yourself, how you feel about yourself. And if it is negative or critical in a harmful way, you have got to learn to change it. Because I'll tell you a little secret. That noise full of those nasty things is not your voice. It's somebody else's voice you picked up along the way. Your natural voice is a loving voice. You can look at babies and small children and know this is to be true. Your experience of the world is controlled by your nervous system, and it is your mind that controls the nervous system. And your mind is taking too much information. It doesn't even have the time to process all that information. It's unsettling for your mind and body. This is one of the reasons why unplugging and adventuring out into the nature is so therapeutic, is that can help us slow down. The information is moving so fast, and so being in nature, outside in the elements without any distractions, is much more aligned with the nature and natural rhythms of our body. As Upanishad says, as is the microcosm, so is the macrocosm. And as is the atom, so is the universe. Meaning we humans are part of nature and made up of the Pancha Mahabhutas, that is those 5 elements which nature is made up of. And everything you find in nature has intelligence. So your body tissues are no different. They also have intelligence, and intelligence responds differently to different kinds of energy. If you told yourself how fat and stupid and ugly you are, the tissues will respond accordingly. If you speak to yourself in a loving way, reminding yourself that you are doing the best you can and that you are beautiful, special kind of wonderful, unlike anything else on the planet, your tissues will respond in a completely different way. Meanwhile, in our modern society, we cut ourselves off from nature. We have walls, floors, ceilings, artificial lights and temperatures. We stay up later than we should be, eat the wrong things and eat at the wrong times. We have all these chemicals in our foods and pharmaceuticals that we take, and we think we're better than or superior to the rest of the living world. We're not. It is this kind of thinking that will eventually lead to our demise. And I don't think that's what we actually want, or even our planet wants. And so for this reason, there has to be a change in the way we think to have the lasting change in the world. Everyone just wants to feel good, to feel at peace. And some of us are seeking that peace outside of ourselves when it can only be found within. The only way to find lasting peace is to learn how to stop the fluctuations of our mind. In the stillness between the thoughts, there is where we can find ourselves. If we want to hear our true voice, then we must experience what's underneath these thoughts. Because we're not our thoughts, but only when we can find the stillness that is within, we'll be able to train our mind and learn how to witness these thoughts. This is a skill. Relaxation is a skill. Being kind to yourself is a skill. And like any other skills, the more we practice, the better we get. It takes time. My mentor Jay Shetty always reminds me, no one is ahead or behind. There is no rush, no place to get to actually. And we're all worth the time it will take to learn how to be kind to yourself. It will transform your life. You can either make yourself happy or miserable. It's up to you. They both take the same amount of effort. Either way, as an experiment, you can start thinking of your thoughts just as food. Do you want to eat thoughts that will help you or harm you? Our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think, as all the successful beings said. And it may be the simplest way to put it. Think beautiful, healthy thoughts, and you too will become beautiful and healthy. Thank you for listening to Race to Rise podcast. We would absolutely love to hear your thoughts about our today's episode. Please let me know you have listened to this episode and fill me with your aha moment. Share it on Instagram, tag me with the hashtag Race to Rise or at Mital's Conscious Parenting, and I would love to share those to my stories and shout you out there. So please go ahead and tag me on Instagram, and I would also love if you subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. It's our brand new podcast launch, and we have some bonus giveaways going on for the top raters and reviewers. Also, I would love to send you my 7-day parenting journal absolutely for free. All you gotta do is leave me a review in the iTunes store, take a screenshot, and email it over at raise2risepodcast@gmail.com. Again, take a screenshot of the review and email me at raise2risepodcast@gmail.com, and I will send you the 7-day parenting journal. Thank you so much for being the active listener of this podcast. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you for raising your consciousness and rising as joyful beings.